And good evening and Merry Christmas from the Bleach Demon. And as you all can well guess, I decided to just do a brief touching on the Christmas Truce of 1914. And there are much longer, much better sources out there for this rather remarkable event. But I just wanted to touch on it a little bit since we're well over the 100th anniversary. But yeah, there's just something about the Christmas truce that has captured the imagination from the moment it happened. You see it captured in movies like Joyeux Noël. You see reenactors going out of their way to recreate that one moment in time to the point of going out and digging trenches and just reenacting the whole thing, sometimes just for themselves, sometimes for the public. But we kind of forget the real faces behind the men. You had the British Expeditionary Force, the French poilus, the various German Soldaten, Musketieren, and we just really kind of lose that moment because we get wrapped up in the one moment, and yes, there were still fighting going on in other sectors, but it was a kind of a universal moment, and one that I think it's too easy to forget in this day and age, because that was the last kind of gentlemanly war, the Great War, the war to end all wars. And quite honestly, it was one of the most brutal and disastrous. But to have those moments where you can look at the men and, in their own words, get a glimpse of that little bit of humanity that they could see in each other. That bit of Christian goodness that's kind of left in all of us. Even you atheists, I hate to break it to you, but you have it too. So I decided to read a few excerpts because, well, we see the pictures, we see the movies, but sometimes you just need the words from the men that were there. They've got Christmas trees all along the top of their trenches. I never saw such a sight. Climbing the parapet, I saw a sight which I shall remember to my dying day. Right along the whole of their line were hung paper lanterns and illuminations of every description, many of them in such positions to suggest that they were hung upon Christmas trees. Sergeant A. Lovell, 3rd Rifle Brigade. Then suddenly lights began to appear along the German parapet, which were evidently makeshift Christmas trees, adorned with lights and candles, which burnt steadily in the frosty air. First the Germans would sing one of their carols, and then we would sing one of ours, until we started up, "O come all ye faithful." The Germans immediately joined in, singing the same hymn to the Latin words, Adeste Fidelis. And I thought, well, this is a most extraordinary things. Two nations singing the same carol in the middle of the war. Rifleman Graham Williams, 5th London Rifles. What I'd still believed to be the madness of several hours ago, I could see now with my own eyes. One Englishman, who was joined soon by another, came towards us until he was more than halfway towards our trenches, by which point some of our people had already approached them, and so Bavarians and English. Until then, the greatest of enemies shook hands, talked, and exchanged items. A single star stood in the sky directly above them, and was interpreted by many as a special sign. More and more joined, and the entire line greeted each other. Josef Wenzel, German soldier. At daylight on Christmas Day, we went halfway and met Germans and exchanged cigars and cigarettes with one another. They seemed a poor lot of boys and men of 40 with beards. One fellow had been employed as a waiter at the Grand Hotel Eastbourne for 10 years and said he'd wished to go back again. Private H. Dixon, Royal Warwickshire Regiment. Suddenly a Tommy came with a football, kicking already and making fun, and then began a football match. We marked our goals with our caps. Teams were quickly established for a match in the frozen mud, and the Fritzies beat the Tommies 3-2. Lieutenant Johannes Neumann, German soldier. And as I said, there are so many excellent articles, books about this moment. And there were other smaller truces in the war in the years to come. But it's one of those moments where you look back and think, what have we lost since then? We've lost not only the men who were there, but we lost a bit of that camaraderie, that bit of kindness from one to another. So, on that, I will wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And may you all find a little bit of that kindness in you that you never expected. And maybe you can go out and make somebody else's day just that much more bright. Take care and bleach out.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.